Hello everyone, Author 184 here, also known as Saint Killjoy, and we're in Wolf's Box. We're going to be heading over here into the Reichland territory, which is the Skaven. As you can tell, I've not started the Averland quests at all. So, let's see. Wood Elf, +1 toughness, chance to ignore a blow. That's kind of cool, but the Wood Elf has +2 toughness, +1 wound return, so yeah, it's a lot better. Archmage +1 power, decreased chance to be hit with a melee weapon, and the Archmage has that, which is +3 power. It's basically the same cloak but better, so yeah, we're gonna keep that cloak. And then +2 toughness, reduced damage taken by 1. That's, you know, kind of a cool shield. If you're needing a blue shield, unfortunately I have a gold shield, which is decreased chance to be hit with a melee weapon, decreased chance to be hit with a ranged weapon, +2 toughness. So you can tell that there are blue items that are good, but almost the legendary items you're going to find are almost double the benefit. But you do got to pick and choose what you're going to have be your 4 rare options and what you're going to have be your 4 legendary options. So we're going to continue on over here to Flensburg. And then this is my farming team, just because I want to get through the dungeons as fast as possible. If I was playing to play, what I really enjoy is the Marauder, the Elf Wayfarer, the Shadow Warrior, and the Troll Slayer. That would probably be the 4 that I would take. I've also found if you want to use this one here, you've got to combine him with Grey Wizard, because the Grey Wizard can give him additional attacks. At level 7, he only has 1 flippin' attack. At level 8, the Troll Slayer has 4 attacks. Basically, these two are pretty much identical. The Dwarf Slayer, hands down, is better than this guy here. Hands down. So, really, as far as like things that you don't want to buy, if you don't buy the Deluxe Division, you don't have access to everything. You don't want him. He gets annoying. He has a ability he can do twice a turn. His animations are kind of screwed up. He doesn't always attack properly, and it's just he gets annoying having to do these same 2 blessings that maybe they'll trigger, maybe they'll be ignored, maybe they'll be weak, maybe they'll be strong. It's just completely random. And again, the Dwarf Troll Slayer, you know, these 3 fill a spot. You know, everything has a combination of itself that fills a spot. These 3 fill a spot. I'd rather have the Troll Slayer than these other 2. The Marauder and the Dwarf fill a spot, and you can also use him in that role instead of the Marauder or Dwarf. Again, the Dwarf gives you double the money. There's no reason not to take the Dwarf when you're farming. When you're not farming, I would take him hands down. As far as mages go, these 2, this one is always awesome. He's never not bad. This one, you have to get him to level 6 before he starts to get good. Before level 6, he's pure junk. This one here is just completely random. You don't know what you're going to get with him. If you had to have a wizard, this is the wizard. But these 2 wizards combo together really well. So if you want to play using 2 wizards, you can use them. If you want to play using all 3 wizards, take this guy, specifically this guy, and these 3 wizards, and that combos really well. The Shadow Elf and the Elf Wayfarer, they combo really well. He is awesome against undead, sucks against everything else. So if you're going to go into an area that you know has undead, you're going to want to take him. But if you're not going on an undead mission, he's useless compared to these others. So his only benefits against undead, you don't always face undead. In fact, in the Brutal Tribes expansion, you face mainly just orcs and goblins that are incredible. There's a few vampires and undead here and there, but not as common as relevant as the sorcerers and necromancers. Now, if you don't buy the skeleton and necromancer expansion pack, then you don't even want to own him at all, because that's an undead expansion pack. He's only good against undead. If you don't take the undead expansion pack, you don't want him. If you're buying him, you're going to want to buy the undead expansion pack just so you can get more use out of him. So as far as these 4 starters that you start with on the base game, you can run the whole game with just these 4, no problem at all. You're going to be struggling early on until he gets to level 6. So you're going to want to try to farm his kills first. And then after that, everything's gravy once he hits level 6. These guys are always good anytime. You're not going to do as much damage as if you have one of these 3. And you're going to want to take one of these 3, because basically these 2 are both tanks. You can make him not be a tank anymore, but he works a hell of a lot better as a tank than not a tank. So if you don't have the access to the Troll Slayer, or the Warrior Priest, or him, then he can fill this role. He doesn't fill that role as well as the Troll Slayer does, though. And then as far as tank goes, this one fills the tank role a hell of a lot better than that one, but that one gets double the money. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you don't buy the Deluxe Edition, you only buy the DLC, you want to buy the Troll Slayer and the Bright Wizard, hands down. If you want like a second version of him, then you want to get the Shadow Warrior. But what I discovered with the Shadow Warrior, from level 1 to 3, he's good. From 4 to 6, he goes through a very weak period where he's not as strong as some of the other ones. And then once he hits 7 and 8, he becomes amazing again. And he becomes a lot better than this particular elf here. So almost you can buy him to replace this elf, but if you don't want to spend the money to buy him to replace that elf, just use this elf. This elf's pretty damn good. He becomes better than this elf. He does. But it doesn't feel like it from levels, 4 to 6. And Stu can attest that he hated watching this guy once he hit about level 4. And then he didn't get good again until after level 6. So, yeah. Troll Slayer, Bright Mage, best 2 ones to buy. Everyone else is kind of situational. He's not as good as a Troll Slayer. He's never going to be as good as a Troll Slayer. He can replace your tank version, but why would you want to replace him when this guy gets double gold? In fact, you almost want to just have him in the party, because once he hits level 6, he gets double gold. Double gold is huge. It's huge. It's just incredibly huge. I wouldn't have 5 level 8s with all those rings. I mean, I purchased almost all them rings. I bought them with money, which was more than leveling a character. I wouldn't have had that ability to do it within 75 hours if I didn't have this Dwarf Armbreaker. And I didn't realize that he would get double gold, and then once he hit level 6 and he got this passive, oh hey, you get double gold from everything you kill. Oh my god, I would have started leveling him up a hell of a lot sooner, but I didn't realize it. So yeah, these 4 come with the base game, and really it's all you need. And if you want to have something other than these 4, then you want to buy him, and then anything else is just a different variant of what you've already got access to. He, unless you're just a completionist, he's nowhere near as good as these 2 wizards. he's nowhere near as good as these two characters. He's nowhere near as good as anything else on the field of his class type. He's basically this. Witch Hunter's good against undead. If you don't have access to necromancers and skeletons, you don't want this guy. If you want to buy this guy, then you're going to want to get access to skeletons and necromancer. And if you want those two things, you might as well just go ahead and buy the frickin' deluxe and just have everything. Alrighty, that's enough about that. Let's get on with it. I want to play some more. But yeah, I hope this helps anyone that's on the fence about buying this. Even though I've put 75 hours into it, and like I've put 75 hours into this game, and I've not started the Brutal Tribes DLC yet. I'm still farming. That's a hell of a lot of content for $30. You know, if you were to buy the deluxe. Me personally, if it was me and I was buying this for myself, again, I didn't purchase this. The company was nice enough to provide me a review copy key that gave me access to everything, which was very nice of them. Didn't affect the review one way or the other because I still had complaints, but still, it was a very nice gesture by them. Again, we're using the Troll Slayer just to try to weaken things up. And I want to fireball this guy here, and then fireball this one here. See, I'm just picking and choosing so I can soften up so that my dwarf can get this farm on. And then I always just access at the beginning. That way I know how much I've got throughout the whole thing, because it's not set in stone you're going to get this amount. It's a random dice roll, so you might get more or you might get less. Alright, so let's get on with it. 45 gold. 32 gold. 44 gold for a rat, for flipping rat. 50 gold. Now, this is killing something without the gold bonus. 30 gold. So, yeah, he got in 4 kills a hell of a lot more than that guy got in just 1 kill. And then I don't want to spend a lot of time, you know, for me it's just getting through the dungeon as fast as possible. I'll get this guy kills whenever I can, but it's not always beneficial to me to take the time. You know, I want to get through the dungeon, I want to get to the next area. You know, it just behooves me to kill off this crap as fast as possible. Alright, add stash. And, oops, there we go. I would really like to find some items that have additional movement. I have seen a few, but they're super extremely rare, and it wasn't as common as I thought it was going to be. Alright, come back down here. Okay, all this is ranged. You cannot kill him. If you do, when someone's crystal maze, they're just banished from the dungeon. So, I can't kill that guy now. As much as I would love to kill him, I can't.